Are you a man or a woman?
I'm a man.
Man. So do you have any problem with having relationship with 72 women?
No.
So why did you bring that up as a 72 virgins in heaven?
Because that's in the Quran, right?
No. So what's something that you hope for and you wish for? What was the problem of bringing this up? Why?
Because
why were you mocking for that? So what you're asking for is not an evidence then. So give me something that I can offer you.
Okay, right. But the point I'm making is that
it's not a point you're making.
No, it is a point. It is.
You have to give me the type of evidence that satisfies you.
Right. There is no possible way for every person on this planet to be have drugs put into them and hallucinate something coming out of the sky.
I just gave you a method.
That's not. It's not possible.
A nerve agent that goes into the air and it goes all around the whole earth. So much in quantities. It can take all people. It just needs a big enough quantity. Just like what you have nitrogen and oxygen in the air, you can substitute something like this, a hallucinating agent, and it will do the same job. So logically, it's possible based on technology. So if that was the case, that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. Sam, please.
Tell me where to go.
It's okay.
I'm not on the bike. I'm walking the bike.
Can I ask you if you let him go? That's it. Please.
That's it. Wait, you're not very spiritual. He's not very spiritual.
No.
Is he? Hiding under a mask.
It's okay.
Take the mask off.
Protecting myself.
Nice bike though. By the way, that's a nice.
Come closer and hug me. I'll give you a big hug, you big fucker. Yeah, you big ugly. You're hiding your long nose.
Come closer.
You're hiding your long nose.
Let him go. So look, when you demand evidence,
Oh, sorry, sir. I beg your pardon.
take it easy. Take it easy.
You take it easy.
I am. So when you
Half your life.
when you want to demand evidence from someone, you need to really ask for something which will satisfy you.
I need evidence that will convince me there's a God.
I am saying you actually don't have a type of evidence that you're seeking, because anything that you bring, I will say, that itself is going to be suspect. Because I will say, how would that make you and convince you?
So if I don't have it, then you
need to look for. No, because you are not looking hard enough for what evidence will satisfy you. That's the problem.
Look. If I wake up tomorrow morning and I click on Sky News, breaking news, God has come out of the sky. Every news channel, Al Jazeera, GB News, BBC News, ITV, everyone on the whole planet, Fox News, God has revealed himself and is speaking to everyone, and he's got a message for us. I open my bedroom window and I see him. He speaks to me and says, listen, here's what I want you to do. My word is in the Quran. Follow it. If you want to come to heaven and get 72 virgins, okay, do what I say. If you don't, you're going down there with him.
Are you a man or a woman?
I'm a man.
Man. So do you have any problem with having relationship with 72 women?
No.
So why did you bring that up as a 72 virgins in heaven?
Because that's in the Quran, right?
No. So what's something that you hope for and you wish for? What was the problem of bringing this up? Why? Why were you mocking for that?
No, I wasn't mocking. I'm saying I want 72 virgins.
Then become a Muslim then. You got it. That's it. If that is your incentive, that you want 72 virgins, then become a Muslim.
Okay, all right. But
so let's come back to the real discussion. Do you believe there can be a marriage bachelor in existence?
A what?
A married bachelor.
What is that?
You're married and you're a bachelor. Can it be possible?
What's a bachelor? Look,
bachelor is someone who's not married, and married is someone who's not a bachelor.
No, I can't be married and not be not married. No.
Right. What experiments do we have to do to understand this kind of knowledge that a married bachelor cannot exist anywhere in our universe?
Oh, look, can you just explain the point you're making?
I am explaining. I am setting the scene. I'm going to give you a type of evidence which you and I both agree on. So what I'm demonstrating to you, that a married bachelor cannot exist, and you don't have to do an experiment to understand this truth. Can there be a triangular square?
No.
Why not?
Because a square is a square, a triangle is a triangle.
Right. I don't need to do an experiment, but I know understand this concept.
Right, so how does that prove God then?
I am not proving God. I'm just demonstrating to you. I'm setting the scene in understanding the type of evidence we go by. So there are evidence which appeals to the intellect, reason, intellectual evidence, reasonable evidence, evidence from logic and rationality. Right? Good. So once we understand that, so far so good. So let's take it there. Can you get something from absolute nothingness?
No.
Good. If you and I are something, can there be a past? Any past? Past. Can there be a historical past in which there was absolute nothingness?
No.
So you're telling me something always existed?
Yeah.
Good. How old is our universe?
Over 14 billion years.
Okay. But something always existed. What existed before our universe?
I don't know.
But something did, right?
Yes, but I don't know what it was.
No problem. But something must have, because you agreed to me, something always has to exist. Good. Did our universe always exist?
This one, no.
Good. Which one existed always?
I don't know.
Can any of our universe, in our understanding, exist always?
No.
Good.
Actually, energy can't be created or destroyed.
No, that's not right. Energy cannot be created, destroyed in a closed system. This is not talking about other systems, open systems and so on. It's a closed system. So if you're going to bring physics in, you need to really quote it correctly. So that's not going to help you either. If you have this universe or any other universe, all the universes, were they necessary or could have been otherwise? For example, our universe, was it necessary it's like this? Or could it have been otherwise?
It was necessary to be like this.
Was it?
Well, it happened this way, so
No. Was it necessary that it was like that? Exactly. In the proportion of oxygen and nitrogen, was it necessary?
It was sheer coincidence.
Hang on. Coincidence and necessary is different things. Was it necessary that it was like this and it could not have been any other way? It's like the composition of nitrogen and oxygen.
No, it wasn't necessary.
Good. So it's contingent. Anything can you imagine that is necessary?
What?
In our universe, is there anything that has to be that way? It could have been otherwise.
No.
Good. If things can be otherwise, they cannot themselves explain their existence because there seems to be a choice involved. The reason why your coat is blue, trousers are black, and not red and white is because a choice is involved to make that color. The reason it's this way, and it could have been another way, a choice is involved. What or who made the choice our universe is this way?
I don't know. Luck. So chance did. Luck. Chance.
No. Chance doesn't exist in reality. It's just a description of our ignorance of all the factors that are in operation. To give you an example, if I have a coin, and when I flip the coin and it falls on the ground, it's not chance that it's 50-50. I could guarantee with you that it falls on a flat tail or head with 100% certainty if I knew all the factors. The shape and weight of the coin, the material it's made of, the force I flipped, how many times it revolved, the friction in the air and composition of the air, the humidity, the temperature, where it's falling, how far it's falling, the matter, is it stone, is it metal, is it rubber, the bouncing, the Earth's gravitational force. I'm just giving you some examples. If I knew all the factors, I could with 100% certainty and precision predict it will be head or tail. There's no such thing as chance. It's our ignorance of being unaware of the factors. So now, our universe is not essential, it's this way. So something somewhat has chosen to be this way. What is that thing? Because something other than the universe always existed. Right. So you're telling me something existed that willed the universe to be in this way.
Right.
What is the property of that something? That will.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I do. I'll tell you.
It's God, right? That's what it is, God.
Let's see whether you agree or disagree. Because something always has to exist. You're asking for evidence, I'm going to give you the evidence. Something always exists, and yet...
You're not getting to the point, though.
I am getting the point, and you are realizing it. And that's why you're not happy and comfortable, because you met the wrong guy. But here's the evidence for you. Be patient. Something that always existed necessarily has necessary attributes. These attributes and qualities that it has is not acquired or given by anything. when that something transforms and changes, like this, bring this universe, it does so by its will. Because that's where the will demonstrates why it's this way and not the other way. Why blue and not black? Will. So it possesses will. Not only that, that something that existed always possesses self-awareness. It can only will when it's aware. I can't make pasta or biryani if I'm not aware of myself.
Look, can I ask you something?
I'm not finished yet.
Let me ask you something. Right, look, right. How do you know there isn't two gods rather than just one? How do you know there isn't two gods?
He's already a believer in God and he wants to know why one, not two. Let's not jump the gun. Let's convince ourselves intellectually that there is a God which you are seeking the evidence for. So now we have an entity which has self-awareness and has a will. But that is not enough. If I want to make pasta, I need to have the ability to make pasta. Imagine now you tied me up with a rope, sellotape, eyes covered, I can't say, I can't see, I can't move. I intend to make pasta, I'm aware. Would I be able to make pasta when I'm incapacitated? I won't be. I need the ability. So I need the ability to do actions of transformation, arranging all this pasta, cooking them together and heating up, spices, right? But suppose I had the ability, but I don't know the know-how. So what I do is, I take your coat and your shoes, I mix them up and say, there you go, that's pasta. That's not pasta. I need to know what pasta is. So the thing that existed always, which is self-aware, has the ability, has the will, has knowledge that transformed our universe, these are essential qualities. So what we have affirmed so far, we acknowledge, not believe, we acknowledge, we understand, we accept. There is an entity that exists always, which is self-aware, which intended, willed, with intention and volition, to bring about this universe with ability and knowledge. So you already believe in, accept, not believe, forget belief. You already acknowledge and accept. There is that thing which is a personal being. Because someone with awareness and a will is a personal thing, not matter. Because stones and rocks don't have a will. They don't will. Wait. Relax.
Speaking for over a minute
It's
now.
not about speaking. If you want evidence, evidence comes with cost, time. It needs for you to digest.
How long are you going to be speaking
I'm
for?
done, but what I'm asking you to do is this. Having now given you evidence for an entity with all these qualities, this is what I call the originator of our universe. Do you agree or disagree so far?
I agree with what you said about something can't come from nothing. Okay, but I don't see how you can think that there can only be one God. How do you know there isn't two rather than just one?
Good. So how can there be more than, how can there only be one and no more than two? The moment you understand the difference between contingent and absolute or necessary, you would know that there cannot be more than one necessary being or necessary entities. A necessary thing by itself it has necessary attributes of perfection, being absolute. Imagine there's two entities for the sake of argument. I am telling you, I am getting to the point. You have no patience and you haven't got the brains to comprehend perhaps.
I've been saying this for over an hour now.
So what?
So, but the thing is,
So what?
Can you get to the point?
I am in the point. What point did you not understand so far?
Look,
So let me now close this. So now we have a question. Why can there not be more than two entities? And I am saying it's irrational, impossible. When we accept there is a necessary being which has a will, there cannot be two of those things. Let me give you a simple example to start with, because I think you would understand simple examples rather than complex examples. No insult. Imagine there's a car, and this car has two independent steering wheels and control, on the left and on the right. You're on the left, which is here, and I'm on the right. I am independent of my will, and you are independent of your will. Same car, I want to take the car this way on the front, and you want to take the car at the same time the other way. Where's the car going to go?
it's gonna stall.
It's going to stall perhaps, or if I'm strong enough with my control, it takes me in the front. But it cannot go both ways. Why? Because there is a conflict of will. Because you have two different wills which are conflicting with each other. If there are two entities, this universe will come to a ruin. One of them says, I want now to be snowing. Another way is to snow. I want to be sunshine with no snow. What's going to happen? You can't have both. So conflict of will be disaster in our universe. The fact that our universe is demonstrating the way it's working, in its unity of design and unity of operation, there's one single entity in control. Everything it does. There are physical laws that are operating to the letter. The gravitational pull, same. Why? Because one controller controlling it, put it in place. If there were more than one, you'll be flying around one day and we'll be putting down on the ground another day when there's no gravity. The fact that there is a physical law operational, controlling by one entity, that shows our universe demonstrates one entity. So if there are more than one entity, by conflict of will, they cannot even exist rationally and logically. And that's why only one can exist. You may have a background as a Muslim because you look like a Muslim.
I'm not.
You're not, no problem. God says in the Quran, لو كان فيهما آلهة إلا الله لفسدتا.
Arabic.
Yes, had there been more than one, there will be corruption, chaos and ruin. We understand that, as I explained to you already. That's why the thing that exists always, the originator of our universe, self-aware, willing, all-powerful, meaning having ability and knowledge, can only be one in existence. And that's exactly what I present to you, is what I call originator of this cosmos. You can call this originator because that's one of his names. Badi'u as-samawati wal ard. Originator is the name of this entity.
Okay, all right. Yep.
Got the evidence?
I'll
Think about it.
I'll consider it.
Good. That's good. That's fine. That's all we want.
Yep.
Reflect, consider. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.